What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. This is Headbanging Through It, the Metal Talks. I'm Jamie. I have a guest today, you guys. This is my first Metal Talks guest on the show. I would like to say big welcome to my friend Oz. Say
Hello.
what's up, Oz.
What up, everybody? How's it going? Hello, Internet.
Hello, internet world. So how's it going? How are you?
Yeah. I'm okay.
Yeah.
There's been like too many people dying around me,
Oh, that's
which
a
kind of sucks.
intense start to the show.
Yeah, like,
How are you? Everyone's dying. Yeah, I feel
yeah,
that.
like,
I feel that. Life gets hard in your
recently,
40s.
yeah, like recently, just people have been dying around me, so it
Yeah,
sucks. But like we're getting at that age where
we
it
really
just
are.
becomes more and more often. So yeah, all the moms and dads out there. So if you got a mom and dad out there, give them a hug,
Yeah,
reach
for
out to
real.
them. Don't be a
Yeah.
piece of shit,
Don't
and
be a piece of
not
shit. That's
not
good
be
advice
not be
for
around your.
everyone in the world.
That's right.
Hey,
Yeah,
world, don't be a piece of shit. People
yeah,
die. We're all gonna
yeah,
die. Life is
yeah,
sad and hard. Hug the people you love.
yeah. Maybe I'll
Welcome,
put that on my
Oz.
tombstone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Get a t-shirt made.
Oh, speaking of t-shirts, I wore a ginger shirt.
Yes, you
Um,
did.
yeah,
Yes, you did.
yeah.
I got my like faded circa 2007 All That Remains shirt that my daughter's been wearing for the last like fucking 5 years and it's just shredded apart. It's got like 7 holes in it.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's battle
Awesome.
scars.
Battle scars. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah. It's funny because like when I reached out to you about doing this podcast, you had no idea that I was even like that I listened to metal music, let alone played it.
I
So
know. Okay, yeah.
yeah,
So
it's pretty funny.
before we dig into like what we're going to talk about today, which is like this list basically of like about 15 songs you put onto like YouTube list that we're going to talk about in a few minutes. But before we
Mm.
dig into that, yeah, like we've known each other. Okay, we've known each other since we were fucking teenage, right? Like I think 19. I think I was 19 when we met.
My first party was in 2000, so I was 20.
Okay, so maybe
Um,
I was 20 then.
I was late to the party though, so you might have already been in the scene.
Maybe I was in the scene. And when we say
Um,
party, we're talking like, what are we talking about? We're talking about
we're
this
we're
is
talking
this is
about all night dance parties.
all night dance parties. Yeah, which were big in the late 90s and early 2000s. And that was like a really big deal back then. That was
Mm.
before I got really big into heavy metal. So that's probably why I didn't know that you even listened to metal because when we were hanging out, it was a different lifetime. Right? Like it was a different world back then. I was
Yeah,
definitely into like the rock scene and heavy rock scene and stuff, but like then it was like rave scene took over the whole world and then it was just electronic music and then once I got out of that I went back to like digging into other stuff. And I had no fucking clue what you were listening to. We were just like into drum and bass and jungle.
yeah, and like I mean, growing up, I my parents were older, so they were
Mhm.
listening to um, through my dad, I was listening to like Chicago and
Yeah.
fucking Yanni and stuff like that. And then my mom, like she listened to like Hendrix and
Yeah.
all of the music around that era, and like I grew up listening to CCR and Queen and everything, and then
CCR is
in
awesome.
yeah,
So
like in
cool.
high school, I started meeting friends and getting introduced to heavier music, and I found um, that I was chasing the complexity that you didn't normally hear on regular radio station.
Same.
Um,
Totally.
so so like the link between drum and bass and metal music, they're like
Mhm.
I know a lot of local musicians that if they're playing drum and bass or dubstep, they also have some type of connection to metal music.
That's
Um,
interesting.
yeah, yeah.
'Cause that
And
was
if
my
they
favorite type of electronic music for sure.
Yeah, and it largely has to do with the complexity of the music, the progression, the heavy melodic bass lines that you would get.
Mm.
Like a lot of the music that I gravitate towards, it's not just what I'm hearing, it's what I'm feeling as well. So like metal music, drum and bass, dubstep, those kind of genres, they are bass heavy, drum heavy. So there's
Totally.
like at a concert when you're seeing it live, like you're not just hearing the music, you're literally feeling
Oh
the
yeah.
amount of bass that you're getting from all of those genres. So
Totally.
yeah,
Mm.
there definitely is a connection, and I think that while you and I we were going to raves, we were hyping ourselves up for the party. So we weren't doing that with Slipknot or Deftones. Like, hey, you
Well,
ready
they
for
hype
this
me up
drum and bass?
now.
I
Yeah.
mean, like, what's interesting is that drum and bass is the only genre that I know that I've seen a mosh pit. I saw at Wet
Huh.
Bar mid 2000s,
Oh my
Pendulum
God.
came.
Wet bar.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a
um,
throwback for me.
yeah. That back in the day, like I knew where to go every day of the week.
You definitely did know where to go every day of the week. And I feel
Yeah,
like you probably still have pieces of that in you because the list that you sent me when I was listening through it, I was like, of course. If there's
yeah,
cool shit out there and it's like a little bit underground, Oz is the guy that's going to find it, right? Like every
yeah,
time you were like, there's something going on here, always a fucking hard yes, right? Like it's going to be
yeah,
cool
yeah, yeah.
because you had all the inside scoop to like all the good shit, really.
I mean, it wasn't really an inside scoop as
No.
that, like, it was my undiagnosed autism just chasing after the flyers at the end of a party. I had to get all of them, and then I was like, I would do the math in my head, like, okay, there's this many DJs at this club, at this rave that I like, we should go to this one more than the other one. And
Yeah,
because like there would usually be happening like one or two happening on the same night, so you
totally.
gotta like, especially during the summer, you really had to pick and choose like what
Yeah,
you were
you
gonna
did.
do. I
Yeah.
mean, back in the day, I don't know what it is like.
I don't know what it's like now either. I don't wanna know really.
I'll go to Red Room every once in a while,
Where's Red
and
Room? I don't know
downtown
that.
Vancouver,
Okay.
on close to Gastown, like
Yeah,
right
okay.
at the opening of
Gastown is
Gastown.
where everything happens, really.
Yeah, yeah.
We spent a lot of
Um,
time down there.
Yeah, I mean, all of our haunts are gone. Like Shine is totally
All of
gone.
our haunts are
They
gone.
Seven Alexander's gone. Sonar's
God, that was
gone.
my favorite place, 7 Alexander.
Yeah,
You yeah,
yeah,
no one would know what that is now
yeah.
if you said that.
The only thing that's left is the Blarney Stone. That's it.
I don't know what that is.
What? Are you serious? It was
I
that's
think
on.
so.
That's like right in Gastown.
Huh.
It's like an Irish pub that they'll have
Oh.
usually like Irish music there.
Oh.
When it comes to music, I've always been chasing the dopamine of finding new shit. So,
Yeah.
like, I've already tapped into a bunch of places on Instagram and YouTube where I'm
Mhm.
finding these different music groups. I've always found it really fun to and I'm always interested to hear what other cultures, what other countries, like what their scene looks like, because
Yeah.
it would be really fun to like go on a metal tour, like where you were just going to concerts in different countries. Man, that'd be so sick to like just
That'd
seeing
be
like
so
local
sick.
metal. Yeah,
It'd be so awesome. And actually, like a couple of songs on that list that you sent me were not English. I was like,
yeah,
what the fuck is this? And then I listened to it and I was like, this is awesome.
yeah. Like
There was only like there was a handful of stuff on there that I did not prefer, but also like I don't give a shit, right? I'll try it. I'll
yeah,
listen to it. I listened to all
yeah.
of it. I listened to all of it like a few times actually, just to make sure I didn't prefer. I was like, I don't love this. But for the most part, I thought it was really cool, and I hadn't heard any of it, like, at
Cool.
all.
Yeah, I get so bored listening
Me
to
too.
garbage that you're hearing on the radios like most of the time, and
Oh, yeah. I
like
don't listen to the radio at all. I fucking hate the radio.
yeah, I got YouTube Premium now, so
Yeah,
I'm
you were telling me about that. So
mm,
explain that to me because I am on Spotify. Spotify's fine. My brother loves Apple Music. I can't stand Apple Music. I find Spotify just like spits out the same shit over and over. It's starting to drive me crazy. So like I didn't know that you could subscribe to YouTube and then do the like tell me all about that because there might be
yeah.
people out there that don't know that too.
Yeah, sure. So, YouTube Premium, like they have a bunch of features that I personally think make it more enjoyable for me to find music and everything. So I'll use Shazam to like figure out what a song is, but if I really like a song, I'll try and find different versions of it. And I find that YouTube is able to, you'll be able to find a live version of it. And sometimes if you're going to a concert and you're just like, I have a version of Falling in Reverse, Watch the World Burn. It's a live version, and at the end, like he does that in the music video, he's using his eye lasers to like cut everybody
He
in
did some
half.
crazy shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love his music videos.
His
They're
videos are
so
so
good.
cool. I agree. They're
Um,
fucking awesome.
yeah, so like at the end of the song, he did the last singing solo four different times. So he just
Oh,
ran it
cool.
back right back to the big drop that he does before going into it, and
Okay.
he does it like the studio version the first time, and then he does it like an operatic version the second time. Then he does it a growly version, and then he does a screamo version,
Oh,
and
cool.
it just keeps building. And like that song, I was obsessed with that song when it came out. Like it was
Mm.
the level of complexity, because if it's English, I want to know what they're saying. With the playlist that I provided you, like I'm looking for the melody in other countries if they're
Hmm.
not like I don't want them to speak English if they're not comfortable speaking English. Like if you're comfortable
Totally.
singing in your native tongue, like that's what I want to hear. Like I want to hear.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to chase that new music dopamine hit. Like that one hits the hardest because it's usually something that I can be like, oh, dude, you gotta
Hmm.
check this out, and then I'll just infect all of my friends with it, and it's awesome to do that.
And I love that. I love that. I think we should like dig into a couple of these songs. I don't know if we'll have time to go through all of them, but I would love to like bring up a few of them and talk about where did you find it? What do you love about it? Like who the fuck are these guys? Cuz half of them I don't even know. When I do air this podcast, I will put the link to the is it public? The YouTube link that you sent me? Is that public? Can people find it
I
if
can
they
I
want to
can I
check
can
out
make
the
it public.
songs?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can change it and to
That
make
would
it
be
public.
cool. Then if
Yeah,
anyone that's listening wants to go check out the whole list, they can go check out the whole list.
yeah, for sure.
And also I should say to my listeners too, if I play any of these songs, which I might, then that version of the podcast will be under the Metal Talks channel of Headbanging Through It because I can't play music on my regular channel because there's all these copyright infringement bullshit things. So the full version of the episode will be under the Metal Talks section of Headbanging Through It. Otherwise, I'll cut those clips out and then the rest will just be us talking about it. Okay, but like, are there a couple on this list that like really stand out to you that you want to talk about and bring up? And then maybe I can like play a clip of it or something.
The one that I thought would be a good intro to what I'm talking about, like when I try to find like weird things. Like I really like weird stuff. Like I I have
Yeah,
this
well, I can tell.
um
I mean, I already know that about you, which is like one of my favorite fucking things about you. And that totally like spills over and to all of this metal stuff that you sent me. I was just like, well, some of it, I mean, it is like, yeah, okay, you talk about it.
okay,
I'll tell you what I
so
like about it. You pick a couple things and then I'll tell you what I like.
I
But
think a good one to start with would probably be "Feel the Fire" by Pythias and Reeves.
what the fuck is
That's
that?
that one is a drum and bass track. It's like the
Oh,
third
wait.
one.
Oh yeah, okay. That's the
Um,
one that just says like UKF on it or something. Is that
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
Okay.
that one's a drum and bass track, but that one it has a definite metal vibe to it. Like there's some guitar, the singing and the vibe is very metal. And so I thought that that one would be an interesting intro to the weirdness that I'm about to show
Yeah.
you guys.
When I got to this song, I was like, what the fuck, Oz? This isn't metal. And then I was like, I love this. And then I automatically felt like I was like transported back into like to like 1999, 2000 and we were at a
Hmm.
party and I was like, if we were, this is what I would love to listen to in that moment. I was like, of course, Oz put this song on the list. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
I thought it would be a good intro to like
Yeah, totally.
the way that my thinking came to be for this interview. So,
I wonder
um
if I can play something on YouTube on my computer and then it will record. Can I share my screen? Can you hear it? Let's try this. Can you hear that?
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that's so loud in my ear.
You can always dub over it too, right? Like in the edit. Um,
Like that's cool.
and like the drum hits, like they sound like they've been sampled from like a metal song.
Totally.
If if they aren't just like a bunch of fills that the like it definitely has a metal feel to it. So I thought that it would be a good intro to like the kind of mindset that I came into this with.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow, that hurt
and
my brain, and also it was cool. Okay, I'm gonna
yeah,
stop sharing that
okay,
for a
okay,
second.
hmm
There. Okay. Look, I did it.
yeah,
I'm fucking amazing.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to listen to the full version of that, it's like it'll be on this list that we post. But who's it by again? Can you say the name? Because I don't.
I don't know if I'm
Oh,
pronouncing it right, but it looks like Pythias and Reeves. Feel the
mm,
fire. Yeah,
feel the fire or fuel the fire?
feel the fire.
Feel the fire. Hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool. Is it new or like what? Do you know anything about it?
That looks like it's a year. Like according to the video, it's a year old.
Okay.
Um, so it's pretty recent.
Yeah.
But it would be like if your listeners have never listened to drum and bass before, it could be a good intro to like what is
Yeah.
possible. Like, there's a lot of stuff that isn't even remotely close to drum and bass. There's a lot that have like a hip hop vibe and everything, but I really like the fusion of things, which is in a lot of the songs that I have added to this playlist. It's a fusion of weird things together. And then
Totally.
yeah,
Totally.
I
And there's a couple songs that have like hip hop and metal, and I actually fucking love that. I mean,
yeah,
that whole like I mean, Linkin Park is one of my favorite bands of all time, and they kind
yeah.
of like way back then that was kind of like there wasn't much of that going on
Mhm.
way back in the 90s, right? But now
Yeah.
there's a lot more of it, and I love how it sounds.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
super cool, and then there's this electronic vibe that's coming into metal now too, that's like I guess Linkin Park kinda had a little bit of that because they have a
Mhm.
DJ,
Yeah.
but it's like it's taken on a whole different life now. There's so many different things coming into music that are being mixed all over the place, and it's some of it confuses me and, like, hurts my brain in ways that, like, this I'm like, "I can't compute this, like, why is this sound with this sound?" I'm trying to be more open to like, okay, let's explore what this fucking sounds like because a lot of it's super cool.
If we're gonna be talking about fusions, like this would be a good way of going into Guar's cover of Pink Pony Club. Uh,
Fucking
um,
Guar.
I,
Guar.
I on my bingo card, I did not see Guar doing Pink Pony Club
Okay,
by
who's the
Chapel
original
Roan.
singer of Pink Pony Club? Like
Chapel Roan.
Chapel Roan? I don't even know what
Yeah.
that is, honestly.
She's a recently new singer.
Oh, okay. I live in a
And
bubble.
my daughter loves like coming to karaoke and singing that song, and like I probably hear it 2 to 3 times a month,
Oh, like
on
the
average.
original version of it?
Yeah, like people just coming in wanting to sing Pink Pony Club.
Okay. Is it like a
And
pop song?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Normally, I, like, absolutely despise it when any sort of heavy band does a pop cover because I just, like, can't get the original pop music sound out of my head, and then I'm just like, "What are you doing to this song? It sounds fucked." But I don't know this song, so I've never heard the original, so
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just like,
Yeah,
"This is cool." I don't
yeah.
mind Gwar, they're not my favorite, I think they're super weird, which I like. Their sound is like I have tons of friends that always listen to Gwar when I was in my 20s and they just, run around shouting, "Gwar!"
Yeah, yeah.
And they're
Like
just like weird. They dress up in these crazy costumes and they don't wear pants.
I've never been to I won't go to a Guar concert because I don't want to get dirty the way that you would get dirty at a Guar concert.
I don't know what
Um,
that means. How would you
I
get
I
dirty at a
mean,
Gwar class? Like,
their
explain
their
that
lead
to me.
singer has like the costume that he usually has, a snap-on shootable
Oh.
penis.
Oh, I think you told
That
me that.
Yeah, and he will like shoot like stuff at the crowd,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
um,
Wow. No,
that'd
thank
be a
you.
hard pass. I don't
Don't
want
want
that.
guar penis spray on
Um,
you?
yeah, no, no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah.
That's fair. Legit
Um,
fair.
yeah.
Uh,
So I'll watch that on my TV from the safety of my own house.
yeah, they've
Um,
never really been my thing, but
yeah.
definitely there's a big group of people out there that fucking love them for sure. Okay, Pink Pony Show by Guar. Should I try and share this?
Pink Pony
Share.
Club. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Pink Pony
Sure.
Club. So I'm not even saying it right. Everyone's like, "You got the song wrong." I don't listen to pop people.
Yeah.
Okay. How do I go back here? Let's find it. Guar. You whoa.
Oh, see, with premium, you wouldn't have that bullshit either. You wouldn't have the ads.
They're bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, there's whoa. Oh, there's his
the
penis spray. Is that it?
Yeah, maybe I don't know. I can't see. The screen is pretty small. And to be honest, I've listened to the song, but it's always like while I'm working or while I'm like doing the dishes in my kitchen. So I've actually never watched the full video. I've only listened to it and like
Oh
it's
yeah. He thrusts
yeah,
a lot.
yeah.
Look at these
It's
outfits. How do they play like that?
I don't know. Like I would be cooking, but I'm assuming that they probably have um some type of cooling system in built into the costumes.
Sweet
But
leg tattoos though, and
yeah,
fishnets. I mean, look at his little dance. It's amazing.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, like I don't take it serious. Like I take the music that I like seriously, but I do like when it like I like funny things, and
I mean, they're
I find this
definitely
hilarious.
funny. They're hilarious. I would agree
Yeah,
with that. They're and
yeah,
they've got like, oh my god, yeah, they're just like totally they're ridiculous. They're
yeah,
ridiculous, really.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Um, I don't know what the original song is like, but I'm sure that it is.
I mean, it's like um, shiny, happy, like
Sounds
um,
horrible to me.
yeah. Like my daughter, she likes my kind of music, but she also likes the girly music. So
Oh yeah. For
I'm
sure.
just
I get that. I have a
I'm
daughter. I
used
know.
to
My daughter went
listen
through
to
like a Katy Perry phase when she was little. I was like, this is going to be the end of me. Not that I mean, I appreciate all music. I
yeah, yeah.
appreciate all music and whatever you love under the music umbrella, fucking awesome, right? Like if you connect to music, I get that. Pop's just definitely not my thing.
I can send you a link after of Katy Perry's "E.T." by Noisia, and
Oh,
it's sick.
oh, cool.
And I heard about that on America's Got Talent. There was
Oh,
a
that's
a
hilarious.
a dance group that had like lights in their costumes. They were like dancing in the dark, so like you
Yeah.
only saw the lights, and they did that drum and bass version. So
Oh, nice.
it was really sick. I guess since we're on the topic of like fusing stuff,
Mhm.
like the Slipknot Duality cover by
Oh my god, this is
Torway.
weird.
Yeah,
It's weird. I
I love
actually
it.
almost skipped over it when I saw Duality on the list. I was like, "Oh, well, I know that song, right?" But I didn't realize
Yeah,
it was a cover, and I was like, "Well, I don't need to watch that because I love Slipknot. I listen to Slipknot all the time. Duality is one of my favorite songs." And then I was listening to the list again, and it just like came up, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what the fuck is this?" And then I was like, what is happening? And the videos, see, this is why I'd be worried if I ever like subscribe to YouTube. I'd be so distracted by the videos. I would never get anything done in my life. And all these videos, I watched them all. I was very entertained by a lot of them.
thank you.
This guy is like sitting in his kitchen frying food and cooking food and then like
Yeah,
recording music. I can't tell if there's no way this is like live recorded in his
it
kitchen while he's doing this.
the,
Is it?
their
How does it
bit
sound so good?
their bit is that all that they do is make music while they're cooking. That's
That's
their
so
whole
weird.
thing. I love it. It like I've never wanted to try somebody's cooking more than when I saw this. I was like, I want to try
It looks really good.
what he made because like he clearly knows what he's doing like with all the ingredients. Um
Totally.
and like
And
you see at the end that they are eating it and
oh
it
yeah, and he's making a huge fucking mess. Like
yeah.
it doesn't look like the cleanest place. And did he get it all in there even? And then shit, like then there's like a little bit of a fire at one point. Beauty puts it
Yeah,
out.
I mean the that's a controlled fire though.
Controlled fire for sure. Yeah.
Like he knows what he's doing. And like the Asian side of me wants to stipulate that like when you're using a big wok like that,
Yeah.
the like you have to anticipate that you're gonna get big flames.
Yeah, totally.
So
And if you're only using one hand and you're singing while you're doing it and dumping shit all over the place, you know.
yeah, I mean, he kept adding more and more oil because he was just like, ah, we're running out of fuel here. Let's just add some
And then it
more. And
spills
like,
over in the pan and then it's just like
yeah, it's
but he doesn't
the,
miss a beat though, like doesn't miss a
yeah,
beat.
yeah,
Um
he's on point. Like,
Does
it
a great
sounds sick.
job. I
Yeah.
find that I find it more, like, entertaining to watch than to listen to. Like, I think if
Mm,
I was just listening to them, I don't know if I would be super into it because I mean, it sounds good, but it also is just like a cover of a song that I know, and I'm like, "Well, I like the original better." I don't know if I would follow
yeah.
them and listen to, like, them do a bunch of music, but to watch them is interesting.
They, like, I think I don't think I've seen any of their originals, but they do a shit ton of covers. So
Mm,
when I was a teenager, like I loved punk music. So
me
um
too.
like do you remember
See,
Survival of the
punk
Fattest?
covers are awesome. Like
Yeah, like
heard a lot of awesome punk covers of old songs, like "Stand by Me" by Pennywise. I fucking love that version of
yeah,
"Stand by Me." It's so good.
do you know High Standard?
No,
Um they're a Japanese punk band
of course
and
they're
they were
Japanese punk band
on
because you listen to Japanese punk bands, Oz. I
yeah.
don't.
Like they did a cover of California Dreaming, but
Oh, cool.
like they
Who
like
else
their
did a
act
cover of that? There's another
probably
punk
Me
band
First
that
and the Gimme
did.
Gimmes. I wouldn't be surprised if they probably
Mm,
did. Like it's a good song. And
I've definitely heard a
um
punk version of that song.
the high standard version is amazing. Like they're
Mm.
technically like they're on point with their instruments, but their accent it just sells it so well because they're
Okay.
just like, oh, the leaf are brown and the sky gray.
Oh,
Happy for walk on a winter day. Like
love it.
it's so good. So like when I
Maybe that
heard this
is the version I've heard.
there was an album called Survival of the Fattest. It was from Fat Records. So it was like a compilation of like all
Oh.
of their best acts. So High Standard was
Mhm.
on there with Me First and the Gimme Gimmes and
Hmm.
Propagandy,
Oh,
and
Propaganda, yeah.
there was a
I'm writing
German
it down.
band on
I'm gonna
there
check it out.
too. Yeah, Survival of the Fattest. It was it's one of my favorite albums. Like I could listen to that shit back to front, and it's so good.
That's cool.
When I heard this Duality cover, I was reminded of that High Standard cover of California Dreamin', and so I was getting this like nostalgic vibe of
Yeah, fair.
like with the accent and everything. Like I love it with the accent. Like it almost like enhances my entertainment of it.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
especially like hearing how monotonous he sounded at the beginning of the video, and then like you could see that the cooking was building as the
It
song
was
was
good.
building. And
Definitely.
yeah, it was like fuck, this is actually a show that I would totally watch. It would be really cool to like get backstage passes for a show like that they would do live and be able to eat what they cooked on stage. Like they just come over with the wok and just put it onto your plate as the show is going on. Like that would be so rad. I'd be like, oh my god, I'm eating metal music. This is amazing.
That would be hilarious.
Um,
Okay, I'm gonna share this
okay,
and maybe
okay,
see if I can show a little clip of it. I'm not gonna show the whole thing, obviously, but okay, here I got it set up. Look at that. There he is. He's in his
boom.
kitchen, looking good. I don't know. It's probably really small. You guys can't see it, but I'm gonna like skip ahead a little and get to like some of the. Oh, there's the fire. I gotta start.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go here. Let's. check it out.
So good. He's like, oh, I need more oil. There we go. That's what we need.
More
There we go.
fire, controlled fire.
I'm actually curious how
I
like
love this part. I love this part. Watch, it just explodes everywhere. Boom!
yeah.
Like, what?
I'm assuming that there isn't a cameraman. It's just a
Yeah.
tripod because there's no way I'd be that close. Um,
And what kind of a room? Like, this doesn't even look like it's a kitchen.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
It doesn't. It doesn't even look like. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Um, yeah, the music is pretty
So
loud.
loud? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yeah,
we
yeah,
don't really have to like watch them. You guys can go and check out the whole video. It's really funny. What's this guy's called? The Duality cover by Torway.
yeah. Torway.
Torwai. And it doesn't even look like this is a kitchen. Like I don't even know where they are. There's like just a
Like
standalone fucking element on a stool, it looks like.
yeah,
And then they're just like burning cooking shit. There's some syrup on the counter back here. Like it's just a weird it's all
yeah,
pretty weird. Anyway,
yeah.
it's funny.
It's it's
They're funny.
it's my wheelhouse of weird.
Yeah, it definitely seems like your wheelhouse of weird. And I'm like, where did he find this? Of course. If anyone's
Yeah,
gonna find something weird, it's you. It's interesting for sure.
I have a bunch of other fusion songs you guys can look at your leisure, like the "Where's My Husband" cover.
Okay, that
Like
weirded me out.
my daughter and I are obsessed with that song. Like the original, I really like the harmonies. I've been a fan of Ray for a while, so
Okay, never
I
heard of them.
oh, okay. Like
Yeah,
she's like a UK singer.
yeah.
The original, like she's got all these really cool like complex tongue twisters. So when I heard that there was like when I saw that there was a metal version of it, I thought, okay, this is pretty cool to check out. It sounded really interesting. I like the gender bending songs, especially going to karaoke. Like it happens quite often, and it's pretty funny to do it yourself because you're debating like, okay, do I change the lyrics so that it's like I'm making it sound like it's from a guy's perspective, or do I just stay with the female point of view? And I just end up my brain can't process changing around the lyrics
Mm.
on the
Yeah,
fly. So
keep
yeah,
it as it is.
I just take it as it is. So there was that, and there was also like the Lady Gaga Bruno Mars "Die with a Smile" cover.
Yeah,
Um,
I did not like that.
yeah,
I was like, all I could hear is the original song, and I'm like, I don't know this band. Her Last Sight. I've never heard of them
yeah,
either.
yeah.
But they're interesting. I did go and look them up on my own, and then I
Mm,
checked out some of their other songs, and there are definitely pieces of their music that I enjoy. There's a growly guy in that band that's fucking awesome. They also do other weird, like it's very, they're like cowboys. There's like
yeah,
fucking weird, there's like a banjo in there, and then there's like farm noises, and then they're playing metal, and then they're doing a Lady Gaga cover. And
yeah,
I'm like, I'm really confused by all the things that are going on. And how many of them are there? Is there just two? Is there seven? I'm so
yeah,
confused.
yeah.
And maybe that is the point. I don't know.
Maybe there's a core, and then there's like a bunch of satellite musicians that are a part of it. I
Is
don't
this
know. Like
AI?
you actually did more research on them than I did. Like the two
Oh,
songs, I only know the two songs that I posted in the playlist.
oh, that's
And
funny.
I was like, okay, I wanted to try and find a country metal fusion, and I found that.
Mm.
And so I was like, okay, when I saw that one of them was playing what looked like a banjo that was like the body was like a crackers box or something, like I was
It's
like,
super cool.
yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
this looks like the right kind of weird for me. Dig it.
Immediately, I was like, "Why are they wearing cowboy hats? I'm gonna hate this." And then, and then I was like, "Okay, Jamie, like, stop being so close-minded. Don't be so presumptuous." And then I listened to it, and I was like, "I don't hate this. It's
Yeah.
interesting. It's like there's weird things going on, but there are also pieces of my brain that were going like, oh, I love that, and I love
Yeah,
this."
I noticed that with some of the songs that I listen to, like you have to give it like a chance. You
Mm.
can't just dismiss it with like what you're initially hearing or even feeling. with a
Yeah.
song because
Mm.
like it's going to change. There's going to be some type of progression or some type of movement within the music. There's a reason why I don't listen to house music. I don't listen to
Yeah.
trance. I don't
Because it's
listen
bad.
to. It's just so repetitive.
It's boring.
it sounds like I've been listening to the same song for 7 hours. You know, like
Totally.
I
Yeah,
just
and that's what it
I
feels like too. Your body just gets bored of it, right?
yeah, yeah, hard
Yeah.
pass. Like
Hard pass for me too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So the weird stuff is where it's at. Metal
Um,
from India.
okay,
Did
yes. There I definitely
Bloodywood?
want to talk about that. I will
Yeah,
also want to talk about the Mongolian metal. And
yeah,
then
yeah,
there's
yeah,
another one. It's like Filipino or something. Those
yeah.
3 songs, when I listened to the first time, I was like, what the fuck is this? And then, but I also like, there's this part of me there instinctually, like that if I don't like something right away, I want to shut it off. I didn't have that. I was
Mm,
like immediately interesting. And then I was like, okay, I don't understand what they're saying. So I was like, oh, I don't like it when I don't know the words, but I
yeah.
couldn't stop. I was kind of entranced by it. I was like,
Mm,
what is going on? All 3 of those are very different in their own way and also
mm.
very fucking cool. I
Yeah,
liked all
yeah.
of them.
What I like about YouTube in general is that you can click the closed caption button. So you can actually
Mm.
get the English translation of the lyrics like showing up
Ah.
on the screen while it's going. It's really interesting to get the translation, but like just initially like a lot of the songs that I put on here, it was the vibe. The
Mm.
like even if they're not speaking English, like you're understanding from context, there's definitely a feeling that you get when you're listening to those songs.
Mhm.
Bloodywood, New Delhi, that song. I've got a bunch of Indian friends growing up
Mhm.
in like BC, especially in the lower mainland.
Lower Mainland,
Like
for sure, yep.
you're bound to have some Indian friends. And so when I saw this band, I was like, oh my God, this sounds sick. What I really like about this band specifically, and what a lot of the cultural bands that I put on here do, is they're incorporating specific instruments within their culture into metal. So they're using all of the percussion on top of the drum kit in the music of New Delhi. The rap, I think, is in English for the most part, if I remember correctly. But the singing in this song is it's so sick. The guy that's doing the chorus and the singing vocal sounds so dope over top of a metal beat.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. There's like this I mean, I've watched tons of movies and stuff with like Bollywood music in it, and there's
Yeah,
this
yeah,
like piece of it that kind of has a Bollywood vibe in the background where you're like, "Wait a minute." But then it's also metal and it's
yeah,
like my brain was really confused because I'm like, "What is that sound?" And then it there's just so many layers to it. Like it's
yeah, yeah,
fun to watch and it's fun to listen to too. And they're cool. We should play a clip. Let's see. Hang on.
yeah.
Let me get this ready. You keep talking while I find it here.
Definitely get that Bollywood feel from like what they were wearing. It was all of the rich color saris, and I think the rapper, like he was just wearing normal civvies.
Yeah, he is.
Um,
Oh, it is
uh,
English. See, I didn't even fucking notice that. The rapping's English. Okay,
yeah,
I'll try not to put it up too loud.
like I like his voice. Like it's got like kind of like raspiness.
This guy's cool.
Yeah, dude, it sounds so sick.
See, this has got the lyrics on it. He's a bit terrifying, which I love.
Yeah. Um, there's there's a lot of really interesting music coming out of Indian artists right now, or in the last little bit. Like there's a rapper named Hanuman, and he is sick, but that's not metal. That's hip hop. That that's me using the Bollywood template of um, like different beautiful locations in the cities and having like large groups. I think part of the thing about Bollywood and everything is that it's not only like the choreography, it's the fact that there's so many people doing the same choreography that make
Yeah.
it that much more impressive. And the level of precision that they usually have with their dancers is like fucking nuts. Putting that to metal music, it's like, yes,
Yeah.
this sounds so sick.
Yeah, it's
Um,
interesting. It's definitely
yeah.
interesting.
Okay, so the Mongolian metal,
Oh yeah, we
the
have to
Who,
show this because it's fucking
yeah.
cool.
I was already familiar with Mongolian music. Mongolians, they have a singing technique called throat singing that allows
Yeah,
them to sing in multiple notes at the same time.
it's
And
cool.
it's super cool. So when I found that there was a metal band that was like using the throat singing and the traditional instruments on top of metal, like I was like, oh my god, this how is this gonna be bad? Like I did not, and like as soon as you start watching the video, and it's like, holy fuck, these guys are badass. Like rolling around the Mongolian steppe on Harleys, all decked out in all of this. Like it's a mixture of like biker and like warrior clothes. Like that's the only way that I can describe it, and it's so sick. Yeah, yeah.
Really cool. Yeah, the first time I listened to it, I was like, "What am I listening to?" And then I was just like, "Oh my god, I fucking love this." I don't even care what they're saying.
Yeah, yeah. And like that's what's really cool about the songs that I added that aren't in English is you don't necessarily need to know what they're saying to
Yeah.
to appreciate the music itself. Like there's just so much there. And then if you're getting the translation, then it makes it even better because they're not talking about I feel like metal more than any other genre, they take great care in saying what they're thinking rather than what is expected for
Yeah, like
them.
trying to make it about something interesting or a story or something that matters rather than just like, "Let's get drunk and dance" or whatever,
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
surface level stuff. There's a lot more in there about like the depths of life I find, which I think is why I prefer it, is because it's just got more meaning to it, I think.
mm,
I mean, I don't mind love songs and like that kind of stuff every once in a while, but I mean, you can only hear a love song so many times before you're like, all right, well, that's not really exciting anymore.
yeah,
And life isn't all just like one dimensional, right? There's so many different aspects to the world and life and us as human beings, and you don't want to just hear like one piece of it all the time. I don't know. I
yeah,
do like the connection of like the depths of the stories, and a lot of these bands have different pieces to them too, right? Like they're singing about their countries, they're singing about their cultures, they're singing about their life experiences, or they're singing about a story that they've created, or they just want to, dive into different pieces of their lives or the band members' lives. And I love that. I think it
yeah.
brings in more connection.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And I'm a really firm believer in music being a universal language. You know,
Totally.
like you don't necessarily need to actually speak with each other when there's music that you can find common ground in. These bands, they're such a unique fusion. It's like trying a new food that you like and you've never tried it. You didn't even know about that kind of food before and you're just like, "Holy fuck, like where has this been all my life?" And
Yeah.
I like finding those kind of bands. And not all of these bands on this list are those kind of artists for me, like
Mm,
not
totally.
necessarily, but
Mhm.
there are some bands on here where I'm just like, holy fuck, this is really good shit, and I'll follow that artist. The Who, Bloodywood, those
Mhm.
definitely are musicians that I really like. There's like a couple Filipino bands that I put on here as well. Like, what's funny is that I'm half Filipino,
I
and
remember you
uh,
going like traveling there when we were younger.
yeah, I've been back a bunch of times, and like
Mhm.
the when was growing up, I feel like the foreign Filipinos, like they wanted their children to become assimilated into a country so much that they almost effectively tried to erase the Filipino heritage part of
Mm.
the culture in their kids,
That's
because they
sad.
wanted them to assimilate so bad. So
Yeah.
I don't speak Tagalog. I can speak a little bit of my home dialect in the Philippines, but I don't know what these dudes are talking about, apart from looking at the translations on YouTube for what the songs, what they mean. Even by the limited Tagalog that I understand, like the music videos themselves, they show what the meaning to the song. And that's another part about YouTube that I like is that I can see the music video, like the artist's interpretation of what visually they want their song to evoke in you. And so
Yeah.
seeing some of these music videos is really interesting because we're seeing it from their eyes kind of thing. Filipinos by and large, like we actually invented karaoke. Literally invented the karaoke machine, and
That's
like
awesome.
we just love singing so much. We love music so much. Like going back there, like I have so many family members that are musically inclined. Like one of my cousins, he's probably the best singer that I know. It feels like it's a genetic thing. Like we just kind of inherited it. So finding bands, Filipino artists, I've been doing that for not just metal, but for hip hop, for electronic music is a little more difficult because I don't feel like it's got as big of a scene over there as rock, metal, or hip hop does. I've never been to a rave or even a club that played drum and bass in the Philippines. Like you'd have to
Oh,
go into
wow.
Manila to do that,
Huh.
or go to some type of festival that is underground that I have no context to. I don't know. I don't know if we've talked about this offline or anything, but I've been diagnosed with ADHD, and I have a sinking suspicion that in the process of getting someone tested, like I've had to go through the testing process. I really truly feel that I've been an undiagnosed autistic this whole time. And it makes so much more sense when I look back at like especially like the musical taste that I had. Like it was
Mhm.
not just from what I was hearing, it was like the sensory aspect of it. Like the drum and bass, the metal, like when you listen and feel those bass lines, you feel it inside, you physically feel it inside your body. Like
Yeah.
the bass bins are so big that you like in a good place, you're literally feeling the music, and I was attracted to that so much
Mm.
throughout the time that we were partying, going to raves, and like listening to metal music. Like I found that the songs like they allowed us to feel something far more than you would with regular boring normal music. I try to put boring anytime that I use the word normal because
Hmm.
being normal, man, I would find it so fucking boring. Like
I feel that too. And I think
yeah.
that in general, the people that are drawn to like heavier, like hardcore music, even the punk scene and heavy metal scene, I think a lot of us are drawn to it because it's like there's a piece of us that like we haven't found something to connect to out in our regular life at some point, right?
Mm,
I think most of the people that I are drawn to that scene, it's because we feel like outsiders, I think a lot of us, right? And then we've all banded together in this like big group of sort of nomads, and
yeah.
then, like, for me, it was the first time I ever felt like I walked into a room and I saw people that I felt like I could connect with,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
think a lot of those pieces and those aspects of it are like individuals like us that are feel like we're kind of floating in nothingness. We don't
Yeah.
fit into these normal boxes, and then we're drawn to these aspects of the music that, bring us in and make us feel like we belong somewhere.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like even from a young age, I was always like I would be in circles, but I wouldn't be a part of the circle, you know?
Yeah,
Like
same.
I had a bunch of circles rather
Yeah,
than
same.
I had
Yeah.
than one core circle, you know? And
Hmm.
yeah, you're right. The music attracts those people. Like I feel like it's the same thing with comedy that's like on the darker end of things, like more maybe pragmatic when it comes to life. So
Hmm.
metal music, it's like a soundtrack to all of the bullshit that we're seeing
Yeah,
everywhere in our lives, you know?
yeah,
And
absolutely.
so I find that metal, drum and bass, dubstep, hip hop, those genres, punk music, like they are my soul food, like when I'm going and doing anything. Like I have so many fucking playlists on my YouTube account
Hmm.
for specific things, for work, for each of my kids has their own playlist. I have a playlist for any interest that I have, and being ADD, like I'm constantly getting new interests. So I literally like it's an obsession
Yeah,
to like find things, and
I would love to have you back for
yeah.
more talks. We can do a non-music talk about
Yeah,
mental
yeah, for
health,
sure.
whatever the fuck
Yeah.
you want. But we are getting to the like limit of the end of this. So, but before we wrap it up, I do want to go back to like just the Magnolian metal band and the Filipino one. We should play one before we wrap this up. Do you have a
Okay.
preference?
Um maybe Setsuna Salau.
That's the Filipino one.
Yeah.
That's the one with the hip hop in it, right?
Yeah, yeah. This
That
one is
one.
very Linkin Park esque.
totally I
Yeah,
yes, I agree with
yeah,
that. When I listened to it, I was like, I can't understand what they're saying, but I fucking love this so much. Where do you find this? Where are these guys from? What? How?
yeah.
They're definitely cool. They have a cool vibe. Okay, I'm gonna find it here and then we'll play a little clip.
As to how I'm finding this, I used to work at a tech company, and so like one of the things that I learned working there was how to effectively search for things, like using keywords to get the search results more refined. A lot of the time, I'm either searching for something very, very specific, or I'm stumbling on it on Instagram or Facebook because I'm following like so many accounts that are either showing different music each time, showing like the music that they're into, or I'm, because of my algorithm, like I'm actively looking for new music. It just shows up in my feed, and then I'm just like,
That's
oh,
cool.
I like that. I like this. As soon as you like weird shit,
Yeah,
the
then more shit
algorithm
will come
starts to
up.
be like,
Mhm.
"Hey, I found some other weird shit. You want that?"
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
I spend time looking into new music, but not enough, and I get really bored really fast
Mm,
because I'm like, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this, and then I'm just like, this is all crap, and then I get tired of digging through crap to find stuff that I like, so I just give up. So maybe
yeah.
I'll just come to you, be like, Oz, what do you got going on this week?
Yeah. And I was actually thinking about this. Like, it would be kind of fun. Like, anytime I come on, I just give you another playlist of a slew of new
Yeah,
shit that I've
I would
found.
love that. We could do an Ozzius special
Yeah.
every once in a while.
Yeah. We'll
I don't
come
know,
up
what
with
are we
some,
gonna call it?
try and work on a name, and I'll
Yeah, like, what do you
find
call
something
this? Like,
catchy.
what do you call this whole thing that you do where you digging for like music? It's not like underground. I mean, what do you call this whole process of you digging into stuff that is less mainstream, right? I mean, I think we definitely need to find a title for it.
The bottom line of most of the things that I'm doing is
Mhm.
chasing the dopamine. So,
Yeah, well, then let's just call
like,
it Oz's
chasing the dopamine with Oz.
Chasing the
Yeah,
Dopamine with Oz. Perfect.
yeah.
That sounds awesome. Okay, I want to play a little bit of this. Oh, fuck. Sorry, that's loud. Like that guy's cool.
Yeah.
This has the captions, but it's not in English.
You can change the captions
Hmm.
if you go into the CC button. You could probably English, and then it will translate it for you. But the translate, I think it's like an AI translation, as unless
Uh,
the creator has actually put in a transcript.
uh,
Um, but yeah,
yeah, this is
anytime
cool.
I hear DJ scratching
I
on a
know.
metal song, I'm just so into it.
I know. I love it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
right
you're right.
there.
They definitely do have like a bit of a Linkin Park vibe. Cool. I like
I
them.
don't know what they're saying, but I like the flow, and the flow is all that matters. Being a lyricist myself, like
Yeah.
it's something that I've always get gravitated towards, is like really sick flow. So,
Well, I
so
appreciate about you,
yeah,
and I
yeah,
appreciate this list, and I appreciate you reaching out to me and wanting to come on on the show,
yeah, for sure.
and your ability to find cool, weird shit is like definitely one of my favorite things. So
Thank you. Um,
it's nice to
there,
reconnect too. I love this. I want to have more
yeah, for
talks like
sure.
this.
There is
Yeah.
one more song that I wanted to talk
Okay.
about. The Pink Noise and Windwalkers song
Okay.
by
Yeah.
Rain. I love this person's voice. Like, what I
Okay.
found really cool about it was that when I initially listened to it, I was just listening to it, and I thought there were multiple singers on this track, but she's
There's
singing
not.
all of it.
And like Windwalkers, aren't they a separate band?
I think so. I
I
don't
feel
like.
like I've definitely heard of Windwalkers. I don't know who Pink Noise is.
I was introduced to Pink Noise through a special someone out in the ether, and she fell in love with this song in particular, and I saw it in my feed, and then the more I listened to it, you'll only hear a little bit on Instagram, so I find it fun to hear a song and then go to YouTube and then try and find the full version of that song. What's interesting about Instagram is that usually artists, if you're following that artist, they'll release a little bit of a song that they're about to release. Like if I hear a really dope banger, then I can just keep monitoring that person until they're like, oh, it's out now, and then can add it to my slew of playlists. Pink Noise is, if you guys like similar to Falling in Reverse, with like the different types of voice that she can give in a single song. I always like those vocalists that are able to take on that whole different personas within the same
Totally.
song.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
who Pink Noise is, but I'll look into them more. I appreciate you coming on the show. I'm gonna wrap this up now because we are way over time for me.
Sounds good.
But I have loved having you on the show. Thanks for coming, and I'm definitely gonna have you back. And again, to my listeners, if you want the full version of the podcast with all the sound clips that we've put in through YouTube, you have to go to Headbanging Through It, the Metal Talks. Otherwise, this will be like a clipped, condensed version without the music clips in it. And that's it for today. And thank you to Oz for joining me. And
Thanks for having me.
yeah, we'll headbang through some more shit next time.
Fuck
Peace,
yeah.
everybody.